So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
Now more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. Again, we have a moment to reason. I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. I want to say to all of our people here at home and abroad, today is a very historic day for our country. Today will be the sword turning ceremony for a new hospital. And I can tell you, people are excited, but there are some people who are not. I played for the viewers and listeners last night what Keith Mitchell had to say about this new hospital.
This so-called Polaris is a fraud. I am telling you this. That will never come true. It is an attempt to hoodwink the people of Grenada. This so-called Polaris is a fraud. I am telling you this. That will never come true. This so-called Polaris is a fraud. I am telling you this. That will never come true. It is an attempt to hoodwink the people of Grenada with an election coming up to tell you that they're going to build a nice, pretty building and all your healthcare problems will be solved. That's a bunch of nonsense. Sisters and brothers.
Keith Mitchell, you heard him. He's the chairman of the New National Party. So they don't want the hospital to start. They don't want the hospital to be completed. They hate the fact that the NDC is in power and that they're building a brand new hospital. And they were able to secure 185 million US. That's about almost 500 million EC to construct that new hospital. So they are starting the process today. It's groundbreaking, and then the construction and everything will continue from there. So this guy is bitter. This guy is angry. Keith Mitchell and the NNP. They don't want this thing to happen. So I played that for you last evening. But this morning, I want to play for you what Emlyn Pay had to say. Because the NNP is against this project, the building of a new hospital. Based on all what I've heard from them, they are against the building of this new hospital. Because if it's not them, then it should not be constructed. If they are not in power, everything that the other government does is bad. So Emlyn Pay had this to say, right? Emlyn Pay, she spoke Wednesday and had this to say.
And you heard about Project Polaris tonight. This is the response of the NDC administration to the healthcare situation in this country. That's the response. But I want to remind you tonight, brothers and sisters, that the NNP response is always about the people of this country. And I want to share this with you. The NNP has always discussed a new hospital. This is not new. Even the last NDC administration.
Right, so she's saying, hey, the NNP, they have always discussed a new hospital. And she said, even the last NDC administration, they have discussed a new hospital. But why you all are against the NDC building a new hospital? Because you all didn't build it?
Spoke about a new hospital. But let me show you the difference
So she's saying, well, let me show you the difference.
The difference between the NDC now and the NNP is that the NDC is obsessed with building a new hospital for one reason only, to tick a box. One reason only, to say that we did this, or we were going to do this, or plan is to do this, simply for one reason, to get a vote from the people of this country.
So this woman is saying the only reason why the NDC is building this new hospital is to get a vote. That's what she's saying. So all the other things that the NDC did for our people, it's not to get a vote. It's a competitive sport, politics. When you enter, you do things to gain favor and the support of people. And ultimately, if they're pleased, then they vote for you. Then they support you. So why only this project the NDC would do to get a vote? Just this project alone and all what they have done since they came into office. I mean, they never stopped doing things. They never stopped. But let's listen further to what she had to say.
But that is not the NNP way, brothers and sisters. And that is why when the conversation of a new hospital came up under the NNP, let me tell you what the decision was. The decision was that in this country, within 30 minutes, we must have proper healthcare facility for every single Grenadian.
Right. So she's saying when the conversation came up, during NNP time about building a new hospital, the NNP, the whole commitment was to have a proper healthcare facility within every 30 minutes here in Grenada. So she's talking about the medical stations and other things like that. That's what she's talking about, the polyclinics and so on. Let's take that over.
Is obsessed with building a new hospital for one reason only, to tick a box. One reason only, to say that we did this, or we were going to do this, or plan is to do this, simply for one reason, to get a vote from the people of this country. But that is not the NNP way, brothers and sisters. And that is why when the conversation of a new hospital came up under the NNP, let me tell you what the decision was. The decision was that in this country, within 30 minutes, we must have proper healthcare facility for every single Grenadian.
Right. So that is what she's claiming. So the NNP was in power and the whole talk about a new hospital came up. So they decided, well, okay, we're not going to build right now, but we must have within 30 minutes a proper healthcare facility and that kind of thing. But here it is, the NDC came into power and they toured the healthcare facilities. Lest you forget that. So they did a tour of the healthcare facilities and they showed people what it looked like. And there's a need to renovate. There's a need to, do a lot of work on those facilities. So what was the NNP doing though when they were in power?
We are at the Sutters Medical, I will use the word complex because we've got the environmental health, we've got the main medical station, we've got the nurses' quarters, and what used to be the maternity ward. This is the one of the stops that we are making today at visiting all of the medical stations, or some of the medical stations in St. Andrew and St. Patrick and St. David. The intention is to make sure that we can quickly ramp up repair, renovation and improvement work on these clinics that we're visiting. We came ourselves to see the condition that the nurses, our citizens, the patients, doctors are working in. The aim is to make sure that under the various projects that we have, we can galvanize action quickly to start the renovation and improvement of these various sites.
Myself, Prime Minister, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, and members of the senior management team at the Ministry of Health, just visiting various health centers and medical stations around the country. We have 36 such centers around the country, and we basically want to get a first-hand understanding of what is laid up for us in terms of the work to be done. This is one of the steps taken alongside a larger agenda of transforming healthcare in Grenada, and in particular looking at how we can strengthen primary healthcare, because it is necessary for us to ensure that the centers around the country are fit for use. What we've recognized based on the centers that we visited this morning, some are closed, some have been abandoned, and because of years of depreciation without repairs, without renovations. And so we have, in some cases, to do complete demolition and rebuild. Most of the centers need very, very significant repairs, renovations, as the case may be.
Today as MIT, we are here with the Ministry of Infrastructure and the Ministry of Health. And the aim today is to really work along with the two ministries to see how we can refurbish our medical centers, bring them up to speed and up to mark so that we can benefit or serve the people of our communities in a better manner.
My name is Kevin Blash and I'm the Chief Technical Officer with the Ministry of Infrastructure. We're here today making several visits with the Ministry of Health to be able to support them in improving the quality of primary healthcare facilities here in Grenada. Today is just a day for preliminary assessments, and we will do some more detailed assessments in the coming weeks just to be able to undertake the necessary works to upgrade all of the facilities we have.
The NDC, so Emlyn talked about what the NNP idea was when they talk about a new hospital facility. So the NNP intended to build one, they wanted to build one, they talked about it, and then they say, well, look, we go in every 30 minutes or within a 30 minutes radius or space, we should upgrade the health facilities. But the NNP didn't upgrade the health facilities because based on what we have seen there, those facilities are run down, the majority of them. And the NDC toured the facilities. We got an update from the Honorable Philip Telesford only recently on the whole health situation in the country.
Improve the quality of care island-wide, as a matter of fact, statewide, meaning Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I just ended a visit to Carriacou and Petit Martinique yesterday, Mr. Speaker, just to get a first-hand view as to what has been happening there with the completion of the upgrades of the facilities. And we are happy to report, Mr. Speaker, that all of the facilities on the island of Carriacou has been complete to the level of 99.9%. So we are really there. On Carriacou also, Mr. Speaker, we are the proud recipient of laboratory outfit and clinic from Southcom, and we are in negotiations with them, Mr. Speaker, with the view of having the laboratory outfit or facility be relocated to the Princess Royal Hospital, because we believe, Mr. Speaker, the impact will be greater. It will be greater felt on that island, and the utility will be much better. And so, Mr. Speaker, we continue our dialogue with the view of being able to relocate that particular facility and bring, for the first time in the history of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, bring laboratory equipment and services to those beautiful islands. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud also to report the receipt of laparoscopic equipment and training from one Dr. Ducoin into the body. And Mr. Speaker, this is innovative for us. We have started that process some time ago with the assistance of Dr. McKinney, who has been doing so for most of the female or gynecology surgery. And so that has been happening, and the training continues with that also. So we are moving forward, Mr. Speaker. So laparoscopic surgery is also referred to as what we call keyhole surgery, in which you make a little incision into the body to perform major surgeries. And that is very innovative for us. So we continue to work in that area. Mr. Speaker, what does that do? This helps us in one, the patient will be able to heal much faster and be able to restore their health much faster. Additionally, ward time, bed nights on the ward,
I'm just trying to
significantly reduced.
speed up
Mr.
that.
Speaker, these are continue to work on the 13 thematic areas to transform service at the hospital, and in particular, Mr. Speaker, the emergency department. We have done a lot of work there. We have done the gap analysis, and Mr. Speaker, we're just doing the mapping to finalize, to determine how we're going to tweak the service to make it much faster, to create a faster turnover for patients as they come into the hospital. And so, Mr. Speaker, we continue to work with our team to ensure that that happens. As part of the whole change management exercise in collaboration with Mount Sinai and Project Polaris, Mr. Speaker, we will be hiring in some key personnel to assist and to lead the change management. So we'll be hiring in change managers. And one would understand, Mr. Speaker, that we cannot, it is necessary to hire in international experts with great change management skills to lead this process. And so we will be, Mr. Speaker, in due course, hiring a CEO, a Director of Quality Improvements, Director of Human Resources, Chief Engineer, and a Chief Financial Officer or Financial Controller. And these are critical hires, Mr. Speaker, because these are the areas that is really going to lead the transformation in terms of the change management. We have wonderful clinicians, doctors and support staff and what have you, but Mr. Speaker, in terms of the governance and the change, in terms of the leadership, it is critical that we fill these gaps as we continue towards the statutorization. And Mr. Speaker, speaking of that, following this sitting this morning, we will be having the statutorization transition team do a presentation here at the Parliament to involve the opposition and the upper house in that consultation, so that everyone would be brought up to speed as to what is happening as far as the statutorization is concerned. Mr. Speaker, we are going through every single parish, including our Sister Isles, to speak about statutorization, to hear from our people, to receive input. It is important to hear from the general public and to include their contribution into the framing of the policy and the legislation. So we look forward and we encourage everyone, Mr. Speaker, to be part of that consultative process. Additionally, Mr. Speaker, this Friday, March 27th, 4 p.m., Calivini, there will be the sword turning for the new hospital. Project Polaris will be leading that, Mr. Speaker, and we welcome all and sundry to be part of it. We expect all of Grenada to come and to be part of the process. Mr. Speaker, this is transformative. This is the first time since the construction of, I would say, the international airport and SGU. This is the third largest investment on the state within the state of Grenada. This is absolutely transformative, and we need all of Grenada to take a stake in their hospital, to take a stake in their own healthcare. And so, Mr. Speaker, this is only some of the heavy lifting that is happening right now at the hospital, at the Ministry of Health. Added to that, Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't go into it, but just to say that we continue the process of upgrading all of the health facilities around the country, right? And so there is going to be some inconvenience with service. Some of the services may have to be split up a bit into different areas to accommodate the renovations. And as we speak, Mr. Speaker, contracts are being signed. Works.
Right, and I think that's the point I wanted to highlight. Contracts are being signed, works are being done in some of those same medical stations or clinics that our beloved Prime Minister and the team and the Honorable Philip Tellisford, the Minister of Health, visited, right? So they have already started works on many of those medical stations and, you know, to bring them up to speed and update them and modernize them and so on. A lot of work is being done there. And look, the NDC is serious about healthcare. I'll give you just some, you know, a little taste of some of the things that they have done recently. Just a little taste of it.
The Victoria Medical Station now officially recommissioned and boasting of a more spacious waiting room, comfortable doctor's office, screening and examination rooms, among other improved service areas. Health practitioners and residents of St. Mark are expressing thanks to the government for seeing the project through. The residents encountered many challenges over the years with the previous building that was already in need of repair and the limited services that it provided. Senior nurse at the Victoria Medical Station, Jackie Lon Cummins, says the day that they have all been eagerly awaiting has finally arrived.
It would help us to provide effective patient care as compared to previously, because as you all know that we had encountered a lot of challenges in serving the public. But I want to say a special thanks on behalf of the members of Victoria Medical Station. We want to say a special thank you to everyone who would have come on board to recognize our challenges, and hence the reason why we are here today.
Residents of Good Hope and surrounding areas now have access to an improved health facility following 4 months of renovations to upgrade the infrastructure. At the handover ceremony on Wednesday, Health and Wellness Minister Senator Jonathan Lackrett said the renovation is part of government's mandate to improve access to health care at the community level. It is believed that the move will reach
20 persons have been oriented into Grenada's first cohort of emergency medical technicians, EMT, with a commitment to enhance local health emergency systems during health crisis. The program has been done in partnership with the Ministry of Health, Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. On Wednesday, 2nd April 2025, the Ministry of Health officially commissioned 2 fully loaded 4x4 ambulances designed to improve our medical emergency response service. Valued at nearly $1 million EC dollars, the state-of-the-art emergency vehicles were placed at the General and Princess Alice hospitals, respectively, following a short ceremony held in St. George's.
The state-of-the-art kitchen at the General Hospital, which had been closed for a couple of years for major upgrades, is now fully operational with modern equipment, improved food safety systems, and expanded meal preparation capabilities. The upgraded facility includes enhanced refrigeration and storage units and energy-efficient cooking stations. Hospital administrators say the revamped kitchen will ensure patients received fresh, nutritious, and tailored meals.
8 physicians who recently graduated from St. George's University has completed their internship program and are now employed as house officers at the hospital. Speaking at this week's Senate sitting, Minister for Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Senator Jonathan Lackrett, said this is a big win for Grenada's health sector.
Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell has announced a partnership between government and the St. George's University to enroll 30 Grenadian students in medical programs. The scholarship, designated for qualified candidates, are intended to expand opportunities for advanced education and training in medicine. PM Mitchell emphasized that the initiative forms part of broader efforts to boost access to higher education and strengthen Grenada's healthcare workforce.
Myself and the Minister of Education only last week called the Chancellor of St. George's University when we discovered that there were approximately 30 Grenadian students who have met the criteria for entry into the medicine program. The school told us we only have about 4 spaces for scholarships. Only 4. But we have 30 students who have met the admission criteria. We called the Chancellor, we spoke to him, and we said to him we want all 30 of the Grenadian students on scholarship at St. George's University.
My name is Alicia Lacroix. I'm a registered nurse here at the A&E department in the General Hospital. This is an equipment that was gifted to us, and it helps in finding veins in difficult patients, example like sickle cell patients or obese patients that has very small veins. It helps us to get the veins and it makes it very easy to access. It limits the amount of time that we maybe do cannulations for them. It as can show you a quick demonstration. So we put the equipment on. This is a perfect example. So what you're seeing here is the veins. So it's easier. In a case where there is an emergency and it's hard to get a vein in a patient, we can also use that as well.
On Monday, the Ministry of Health launched its first nurses internship program at the General Hospital. 23 nursing students, including 1 male, will participate in the 6-month program aimed at helping newly qualified registered nurses transition smoothly into the medical workforce. The internship program will provide hands-on clinical experience under the supervision of licensed professionals, enabling the application of theoretical knowledge, development of essential nursing skills, and demonstration of safe, evidence-based patient care across diverse health care settings. Each intern will be assigned a mentor who works within the nursing department of the Grenada's General Hospital Services and will be rotated to various departments and fields during the 6-month program.
In an attempt to enhance healthcare throughout the country, Minister for Health Philip Telesford revealed that the government is preparing to construct a new Princess Alice Hospital. Telesford explained that China is assisting with the project. He said initial designs have been reviewed and construction is projected to begin in 2027 at the current site.
In 2026, that's this year, the preliminary work has already started. We've done quite a number of pieces already. We have had the first set of drawings submitted, and we were able to look at it in consultation with the Pan American Health Organization and send back the response to China so that they can make the necessary adjustments and so on. And in 2027, we expect to see the actual construction of the new hospital at Princess Alice happens.
In the meantime, Telesford said that officials continue to assess hospital operations to provide targeted improvements. The public can look forward to other upgrades at the facility, including an improved emergency unit.
We are upgrading the emergency units at the Princess Alice. And
the donation of a mammogram machine to the General Hospital marks a significant boost to the country's capacity for early detection and diagnosis of breast cancer. During the ceremony, donor Dr. Randy Charles highlighted that the new equipment will enhance the ability of health facilities to deliver timely and accurate breast screening services. He noted that improved diagnostic capability is critical in reducing breast cancer-related morbidity and mortality, particularly among young women. Dr. Randy Charles explained the features.
Health Minister Philip Telesford on Wednesday disclosed that the government of Grenada has signed an agreement with the government of Nigeria, enabling Nigerian healthcare specialists to provide their services in Grenada to boost the country's healthcare system. Minister Telesford was at the time responding to a question posed by a journalist about government's plan to increase staff in the public healthcare system.
We have signed an agreement with the Nigerian government for some professionals, specialists to come into our system.
My name is Dr. Abigail Noel, and I am the head of department at the Accident and Emergency Department, also known as Casualty. As head of department, I am responsible for coordination, and I'm also responsible for training of staff. Training of staff is to enhance our staff, not just in the medical, but also in personal well-being. We have been working along with Mount Sinai since November, and in that time we have had such a great experience with the Mount Sinai team. One thing I love about Mount Sinai is their spirit of collaboration. They came in with ideas that we were able to discuss, and we were able to implement them. There are so many processes that they have implemented here, especially in the emergency department, that have transformed our department in real time. One of the things that I would mention is the implementation of ID bands for every patient that comes through the emergency department. So once you get in here, once you're triaged by the triage nurse at the front, you receive an identification band. And as we can imagine, that has decreased patient errors, have decreased errors in identification of patients. Because here in the emergency department, not everyone comes in able to talk or able to give information. So having an identification band on each patient has really helped us improve patient care and decrease errors. Another process that they have implemented is defibrillators on every ward, including the emergency department. Defibrillators basically are those machines that you would see on TV where they shock people. We have those on every ward. We have also started training staff in how to adequately utilize these machines.
I am Taisha Donald, Director of Medical Services here at the General Hospital. My role is to provide oversight and leadership in the aspects of clinical and medical care for our patients within our population. As part of my role also, we work toward providing high quality and safe delivery of care to our patients. Mount Sinai International had their third in-person visit at the General Hospital. At this visit, we focused on governance structure, organizational culture, obstetric and gynecology care, as well as neonatology and pediatric care. One of the trainings that we conducted was that of the Lean Champion training. Now, part of this training is geared towards identifying persons who would champion the cause to conduct the early morning huddles. The huddles are a structure in.
My name is Liselle Walcott. I am a staff nurse and presently been a staff nurse at the General Hospital for the past 16 years. At the Infection Control Department, what we do surveillance for communicable diseases. We do surveillance for hospital-acquired infections. We do outbreak investigations related to our hospital-acquired infections. So any issues we have, we would investigate it, find out the cause, and we would do our interventions, recommendations and interventions to all relevant departments. Thus far, with Mount Sinai, we have looked at hand hygiene. We are looking at ways of improving hand hygiene, especially when it comes to compliance among all staff. Hand hygiene has been proven to be one of the most important practice you could do to break the chain of infection.
The Ministry of Health received 10 pallets of medical supplies, complements the AFIA Foundation on Thursday, as Grenadians in the diaspora continue to respond to citizens' needs following Hurricane Beryl's passage in July. Blossom Alexis Welsh has the details in this report.
About $40,000 worth of medical supplies arrived in Grenada on Thursday from the Afia Foundation, which is expected to go toward providing.
Greetings. On behalf of the Consulate of Grenada in Dubai and of Grenadians living in Dubai and the wider region, it is my honor to announce the contribution and shipment of essential medical supplies, equipment, and consumables to supplement and bolster the existing operations at our hospitals and medical centers. This initiative reflects the commitment of Grenadians in Dubai to stand shoulder to shoulder with Grenadians at home to support our doctors and healthcare professionals across our nation. We are here to strengthen capacity, support our frontline workers, and enhance the quality of care for all Grenadians.
This is just a snapshot of some of the things that have been happening in terms of improving care now. Radiology hours have been extended. You have faster diagnosis. The pharmacy is now open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. There are more doctors in our communities. Dental services has been restored nationwide. I'm told that there is now a full-fledged dental chair in each parish of the district in Grenada, and I think the Ministry of Health and the team therefore deserves a round of applause for this. Laboratory upgrades are taking place and they're ongoing. Medical stations are being upgraded nationwide. The PT Market medical station will soon be reopening, and there's extensive expansions and renovations going on. Montwich Medical Station, the problem works are almost complete, and the project is almost 95% complete. So the folks in Montwich, you could validate that by going and visit the site. The Bradwell Medical Station, evaluation reports are being finalized, and we expect that before the end of March, a contract should be signed for the upgrade and renovation. The Woburn Medical Station, bids have been submitted and they are currently being evaluated. We anticipate that April we should potentially have a contractor selected. The Mount Carmel Medical Station, bids have also been submitted and they are being evaluated, and we hope by April a contractor can be selected. One close to me, the Pendleton Medical Station, the designs for the extension are currently being developed and the scope of works for the existing structure is being finalized.
Grenada's health system has come in for high praise from US-based doctor who was in country as part of a medical mission and also to attend the annual regional meeting of the National Medical Association at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. Dr. Virginia Kane, the 125th president of the National Medical Association based in Maryland, USA, told the Government Information Service that Grenada is doing well compared with some hospitals in the US, with Grenada having low rates of infection. Her medical mission was stationed at the General Hospital in St. George's.
Well, one of the things I found out from the doctors at your hospital, I was very impressed with their low rates of infection, you know, from the surgical operations and procedures. So they're much lower than you would find in a lot of hospitals in the United States. So they're doing an incredible job related to a low rate of infection. So I just have to give them some kudos related to that.
Dr. Kane commended Grenada's vision for building a new hospital and the Project Polaris initiative. She says they are willing to assist in making this a reality.
You guys must have a dynamic prime minister or whatever, the tourism. You are going to do a campaign on building a new hospital. Oh, am I excited about that? And I think our organization, National Medical Association, and our members, we want to be gung-ho about providing some support in that area and helping getting that campaign out and communication. So, wow, wouldn't that be wonderful? I was part of a process like that 10 years ago, and it would just carry you to the next level. I'm sure we have other members too would like that as well. So we want to see what we can do at all, any kind of way to assist having that hospital built.
The National Medical Association regional meeting brought together a dynamic group of medical professionals who continue to impact and advocate in the field of medicine.
Right, so folks, again, I gave you just a little piece. I mean, I have a lot more that I can share. But when you listen to all of that. All of that. And then you hear from Keith Mitchell.
This so-called Polaris is a fraud. I am telling you this. That will never come true. It is an attempt to hoodwink the people of Grenada with an election coming up to tell you that they're going to build a nice, pretty building and all your healthcare problems would be solved. That's a bunch of nonsense. Sisters and brothers, as was said by many speakers tonight.
Right, so you hear from Keith Mitchell.
Many speakers said to you, you can't buy Fenzik to help headache in the hospital. You can't provide basic medicine for those people with sugar-related issues, diabetes.
Right, so that's Keith Mitchell and the NNP. Then you hear from Peter, right? So you hear from Keith. After hearing and seeing all of the good things that happen, right? And then you hear from Peter David, all right?
Promises, and then you rush in the end to get the promises done at the end of your tenure, and in doing it the way you do it destroys a lot that in terms of what has been done. So down at the site, I understand, I mean, it can be verified or maybe rebutted, but certainly in a rush to have the launch, so that this launch of Project Polaris can be a political tool for the election campaign to say,
right, and you realize they speak in the same language or similar language, right? Peter, Keith, Emlyn, I mean, and then you hear Emlyn.
And you heard about Project Polaris tonight. This is the response of the NDC administration to the healthcare situation in this country. That's the response. But I want to remind you tonight, brothers and sisters, that the NNP response is always about the people of this country. And I want to share this with you. The NNP has always discussed a new hospital. This is not new. Even the last NDC administration spoke about a new hospital. But let me show you the difference. The difference between the NDC now and the NNP is that the NDC is obsessed with building a new hospital for one reason only, to tick a box. One reason only, to say that we did this, or we were going to do this, or plan is to do this, simply for one reason, to get a vote from the people of this country.
Yeah, so all of them, Emlyn, Keith, Peter, they all thinking alike, and they all have one talking point. But you saw for yourself the many things that the NDC administration did in healthcare. And that's just some. Remember, the nurses were given $500 more on their salary. The doctors were given $1,000 more on their salary. Nurses are getting more uniform allowance, more money towards that. They have more vehicles to do things within the healthcare sector. We can go on and on. There are a lot of other things that I did not mention. But I'm saying, after you listen to all of this and you see all the good things that's happening, it's not a perfect system. They're always working on things. But where was NNP all the while? And that is the point I'm trying to make you. NNP was in power for 23 years and a half. Why NDC has to come within 3 years? And in some instances, 2 years, right? Because they never stop working. The first year, second year, third year, and do all of these things. So NNP was not existing. What did they do? What did NNP do about healthcare and improving healthcare for our people? Look at the amount of healthcare facilities dilapidated, run down, and they talking. NNP, Pete, all of them. NNP, DPM, all of them, they should be the last to talk. The NNP shut down, closed down the TAMCC School of Nursing. They shut that thing down where ordinary Grenadian could have, sign up and be a part of that training and become a nurse right here in Grenada. So NNP is talking. They just vex, they angry, they bitter that the NDC is not talking. They doing the damn work. NDC is a doer. NDC gets the work done. They're not about talk, promise. But no, they're getting the job done. That's the difference. So I'm happy I could show you this, bring it to you, because people need to know NDC is working for the Grenadian people. So today at 3:30, 4 o'clock, the new hospital project will start, the groundbreaking ceremony. After that, it's work. It's work. They have already secured the financing to get that job done. And it will create a lot of work for our people. And we will have a better facility. If you go up to the hospital and you're driving, you could change your mind. There is no parking. There is, access is a problem. Parking is a problem. The building is more or less, bordering the sea, right? It's so close to the sea. The equipment, the beds, everything. Corrosion taking place, rusting. The sea blast, the sea salt, rusting the stuff there. And they were warned, they were told, do not build this hospital close to the sea like that. You don't have access, you don't have parking, you don't have nothing. It's a problem. You don't have a helipad in 2026. Come on. So they were told about this. Because you could imagine, if you have an incident or accident in St. Patrick, you could easily get the helicopter to go up there, fly, go up there, and pick up the patients, if you have a helipad, and get them to the hospital. That's kind of what it is. We have 3 or 4 helicopters here in Grenada, they operate in a private business. But if something happens in Carriacou, the helicopter could easily just go up there, pick them up, and we're in 2026, but you have no helipad, no nothing here. So come on, you need to build a new hospital facility. And this government is doing it, but you're criticizing them. You're condemning them. You're angry, you're bitter. But this is a good thing. When the right man will be against a new hospital for Grenada? Boy, everything for the NNP is just about politics and even Peter, all of them believe in the politics. This is about Grenada. This is about Grenada. So, folks, I thought I should bring that to you, refresh your memory as the groundbreaking ceremony will take place today at Calivini, Wester Hawley area there. You just take a bus and you can get there easily. So I want to wish you all the best and see you at Calivini at 3:30, 4 o'clock today as we break ground to a new hospital. Because you see, the NNP, they could talk. And mind you, their talking point now is, well, you don't have medication, and you don't have this, and you don't have that, and people are dying. Well, people dying every day all around the world. And medication could finish. And then they replenish it, they put back. It's what it is. That's kind of normal. And not now people have to send their relatives and family to the pharmacy to get certain medication because the hospital will not have all the medication in stock for all sicknesses or all illness. That's kind of common sense. So to go there, well, they don't have medication, and they don't have this medication, and they have this equipment, and they have this, and you have to send there to get this test, and that's normal. That will always happen. Always, even if you have the new hospital, because you will not have everything that's provided there. No, you have to go to private doctors and too. You have to go to the pharmacy, because you see, the pharmacy running a business, they would have more stock because it's profit. It's, government now, pharmacy at the hospital, they would have some and it will be subsidized. Remember, sometimes it's free. Majority of it is free. The majority of it is little or no money you have to pay for it. But at the end of the day, they would not have this large stock of everything. This is common sense. But the NNP and all of them, their talking point is this. This thing used to happen under NNP. This is not new. Nothing new. Come on. That. And then you hear them talk, well, people are dying. Well, people die every damn day all around the world. All around the world. In some of the best hospitals around the world. Come on. You know what's the NNP song in barbaric or outdated? It's like they just don't understand. You can change and you can improve. You can do things better. You can be innovative. You can be creative. You can have a vision. You can work on it. You can, come on. Come on. This is a good thing for Grenada. And here it is. NNP and DPM, Peter Party, they're on the wrong side of history. Because Grenadians, home and abroad, they want a new hospital facility. Because they know what it can do for this country and for our children and children. We want something better. 250 beds, a lot of parking. They would have other things in that compound, in that area. This is big. This is huge for Grenada. Huge. I'm saying, and someone is making a good point here, Sheena. She's saying, Kem, sometimes even the private pharmacies don't have certain medications. So to believe that the government pharmacy at the hospital should have all the medication and all the everything for every complication, it's just barbaric. It's lunacy at the highest level. But folks, you need to be the judge. The NNP is against this new hospital being built. DPM and Peter Party, they have all kind of thing to say, all kind of thing about this hospital. And they bitter and sour, all of them there. They angry, they bitter and sour. They don't want to see this thing come to a reality. They don't. Why? Because they believe that once this thing comes to a reality, then the chances of getting into power is zero. That's what they believe. Because to them, everything is politics and politics and politics. This is healthcare. We don't joke with that. We want a new hospital. And that is exactly what we're going to get. And the Grenadian people are for this. The NNP say, well, we had the idea to build a new hospital. Why didn't you build it? Why didn't you build it? Huh? Now the NDC building it. You have a problem with it. I mean, it's just, come on. But folks, I want to say to you, we have to mobilize, organize, go down there to celebrate this historic moment. New York. Don't forget, May the 16th, our beloved Prime Minister will be in New York. I will be there too also at this event, a very, very important event on the 16th of May. Buy your tickets, go to Eventbrite, go to gotofet.com and get your tickets.
Saturday, May 16th, Brooklyn will come alive with live acoustic performances from some of Grenada's top local acts, setting the stage for an evening that celebrates culture, cuisine, and community. Set in an atmosphere of refined elegance, guests will enjoy a curated Caribbean culinary experience. The evening will also feature a special keynote address by the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada. This premier fundraising affair promises an unforgettable experience where flavor, music, and purpose come together for a truly meaningful evening. Tickets are available now on GoToFate and Eventbrite. Secure yours early and be part of an extraordinary night. Spice Indulgence.
Yes. So don't forget, Spice Indulgence, May the 16th. That's a Saturday. So again, buy your tickets and be a part of this. I think the tickets, they're going for $250 and $500. So you can buy for $200 or you can buy for $500. All right. Once it's $500, it's VIP. It comes with certain things. All right. So again, buy up your tickets, and quite a number of people say to me, hey, can I buy me ticket early? And they buy the ticket already and so on. But there are still tickets. So please buy your tickets early. Earlier is better. I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back with you, God's willing, Monday to continue this journey.